It all comes down to this. I feel like we need the movie trailer voice guy. The Canes' entire season.
In a world.
And that's the guy.
Where the Carolina Hurricanes trail
in a world
0-2 in the series. Back home.
The entire season rests on tonight's game. At home. It's not a we'd like to win game. It's not a sure would be easier if we won tonight's game. It's not anything else other than a must-win game. You lose, there's a really, really good chance for all intents and purposes. All those lofty goals, all those hopes and dreams that we had all year that we've been talking about since the moment the Panthers eliminated them a season ago. Fizzle out. The goals that got higher at the trade deadline when they brought in Gensel and Kuznetsov. The goals that got higher when Freddie returned from his blood clotting issue and played lights out down the stretch. The goals that got higher and higher and higher with every development when Seth Jarvis started playing a higher level of hockey. The goals went higher. The expectations went higher. They kept going higher, and if they don't win tonight, fizzles out. And this is not something you shouldn't say out loud. This is not something. This is why, in a lot of ways, you play sports. This is why, in a lot of ways, you're a fan of sports. You play. You are involved in this in order to have high stakes games. You know who doesn't have high stakes games? You know who never feels the pressure that the Canes are under tonight? Bad teams. Right? If you're mathematically eliminated with a third of a season to go, you never get the rush of feeling your entire season is on the line. Tonight, there's going to be plays that sway the game, right? Every single game, you can go back and pinpoint them afterwards, right? After the fact, they're easy to find. If this shot that rang off the post went in, if this unbelievable save by a goalie wasn't made, you can go back and find the 5 or 6 plays in a game, this penalty, the 5 or 6 plays in a game that decide everything. Today, those 5 or 6 plays that decide the game decide whether the Canes live to fight another day. Avoid that 3-0 hole where it's not impossible, but it's pretty darn likely you know what happens. It's a legacy game tonight for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that have done everything but. There's a lot of people that have done everything but. What do I mean by that? Rod Brind'amour has done everything as the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes but get over the hump and make it to a Stanley Cup final. Win a Stanley Cup. Brent Burns, everything but. Jordan Staal, the Hurricane, obviously previously, but not with the Hurricanes, has done everything but. Sebastian Aho, leveling up into being one of the truly elite players in the league. Everything but. The All-Stars, the point production, the highlights, everything except the postseason success. It is a backs against the wall game tonight. It is a game on which no one on planet Earth should have more urgency and intensity than the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. It should be an absolute knockdown, drag-out battle of a hockey game, if at all possible. And the optimism of it, good. Use that. Every single power play that the Canes get today, of which they've had plenty, every single power play that the Canes get, I want them to feel and act and get after it like if they don't score on that power play, their season is over. Maybe that'll motivate them to take a few more shots. Maybe that'll motivate them to get a few more pucks on net. Rod Brind'amour understands the position they're in.
I think we all understand where we're at in this situation, and I don't think we need to dwell on that. I think it's, how can we find that little extra, play here or there that make the difference, and, that's really what it's about.
That's what it's about. They know what position they're in. If they know it, we know it, the Rangers know it, everybody knows it, the intensity will be through the roof.